Hi, this is Jun Han, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the upcoming InterVarsity Faith and Business Unleash Creativity Conference, where I'll be doing a short teaching segment as well as a longer breakout session. Before we do that though, go ahead and do this exercise for me here. Take out a piece of paper and draw these 9 dots the way we have them here on the slide, and go ahead and take your pen or pencil and try to connect all 9 dots using only 4 lines that are connected without taking your pen or pencil off the piece of paper. So again, 4 lines that are connected without taking your pen or pencil off the piece of paper. Go ahead and pause this video if you want. Now that you've actually tried it, most people, it looks something like this. And obviously that's not connecting all 9 dots. And different folks will have different versions of trying to solve this, but invariably it looks something like this. Now let me show you the actual solution to this puzzle here. So again, the directions were 4 lines without taking your pen or pencil off the piece of paper that are connected, that will connect all 9 dots. 2, 3, and 4. There you go. Now what's the inherent problem with this puzzle? Well, our mind automatically puts a limitation on how this puzzle is supposed to work, or puts rules into place that weren't really given to us, in that we see this box based on the way the 9 dots were set up there. Now, when we think about working our faith into what we're going to do in our careers and whatnot, this happens to us quite often. We have this box when we consider what it is to be a business person, to change the world in a kingdom way. And there's a lot of reasons we have this box, but real quick, let's just talk about a couple of them. One is that we have an unbalanced diet when it comes to the way we learn Scripture in our current culture. The first is that most of our sermons and most of our studies are really not based on Paul's letters, and then a distant second place. But thankfully, it's makes it in the top 2 is Jesus' life in the Gospels, and then a real distant third place is the Psalms, and then unfortunately everything else kind of gets pushed to the side as far as Scripture goes. Now, the other thing that makes this a very troublesome diet for us when we learn Scripture is that the way you study a letter versus a piece of history or a portion of poetry is obviously very different. To make matters even worse, there's another way our diet of Scripture is unbalanced. In fact, it's based on what we actually look to Scripture for. The first category we look to Scripture for when you poll people is often comfort in the daily situations that we face. And again, there's nothing wrong with this. We're just saying why there's a box when it comes to business and faith. The second area that people look to Scripture for is to confirm some kind of moral code. And again, there's nothing wrong with this, and we just want to point that out. Distant third place is the actual study of Scripture, usually the life of Jesus. It just doesn't get a lot of airtime in our pulpits, in our Bible studies throughout the country here. And then lastly, practical models or direction for life. And this is really where the business part of us tends to fit. And so there's not a lot of studying of Scripture in that specific way. And that's why this conference is so important. So again, when we look at Scripture, there's a way to look at Scripture for confirmation or inspiration or navigation. And this conference is really pointing to the last one, navigation. Now let's get to my specific section of the conference called The Intersection. What was he thinking? And in this section, we're going to take a look at Joseph, son of Israel, and use it as a case study in what I call suck jobs and special powers. And by the end of my time at this conference, we'll talk about the power of the intersection. And so this conference is going to do for you what a lot of InterVarsity conferences do. They help you grow more into your adult faith. They're going to help you ask the right questions. They're going to help you make decisions, and to help you have integrity in all different parts of your life. So with that, I look forward to seeing you at InterVarsity's Faith and Business Unleash Creativity Conference. See you there.